Guys, this is Scott Gailor from Tone Junkie Chronicles. We're here today to talk to you about the Black Pearl. This is the first guitar made by Von York USA, and it is a super S-style guitar, all handmade in USA. Sit back, get comfortable, get yourself a beverage, and we're going to go deep into all the details on what makes this such a great guitar. Okay, so let's talk about the neck. Hand-carved maple, hard rock maple to be specific. Super great feeling neck. Now, I fall in the shred category of things, whether I like that title or not, and I tend to like a little bit thinner neck, but I was really surprised on how well this one fit my hands. It's kind of a cross between a 59 Les Paul style or a 52 Tele style. It's kind of right in the middle, so it's kind of chunky, but it's got a nice round, comfortable feel to it. Jumbo frets, very well done. Fretwork is perfect. There's nothing to change on it. There's no sharp edges. They're round nicely. Black mother of pearl inlays featuring the Von York V. Even the dots are mother of pearl. I know you're really not going to be able to see this, but you'll be able to see it on the website. Gorgeous. Just feels fantastic. It's a R3 nut width, so feels pretty comfortable. Big headstock. The headstock has the nice shiny lacquer on it, but the guitar itself has more of a satin finish to it. Not the whole guitar, but just the neck. It's a very smooth and fast neck. And the 12 radius really allows you to overbend or do whatever you want. So you've got the comfort of the big neck with the flatter radius of being a 12 and just that kind of grip. And I really enjoy it. If I was on a long gig, this would be super comfortable to play all night, which is kind of odd. I usually don't kind of like the bigger necks, but this is really cool. Has a Kluson 19-to-1 tuners on it. Kind of the butterbean style top. I dig it. Comfortable, slightly staggered, not really. It isn't necessary on this because of the nut. Again, the mother of pearl Von York inlay with the black V. Just gorgeous. Really well done. Little offset, little color code with the black there on the bar. Very cool. So great playing. And the nice thing too with the neck, the way it connects to the heel of the body, it's very snug, but I can still get up top without any issues. So that's really nice. It doesn't have any fancy cutaway or sculptured heel. It's just a traditional S style, but I don't have any problem getting up top, so that's really nice. So hard rock maple neck. Truss rod is up top, which is nice. You're not searching down below, which drives me insane. Bigger headstock for more mass. Also, that balances out the guitar. This guitar is probably about 8.5 pounds, 7.5 pounds, somewhere in there, which I like, but it just gives it a nice even balance. So there's all the specs on the neck. So this is really cool. This is a one-piece alder body. Again, if you were going to go into the custom shop world of things, even in that, you might get a two-piece body, or worse, a three-piece body. This is a one piece of alder. Beautiful, just nice sounding wood. Poly finish, not too thick, not too thin, but super gloss, buffed out to just an absolute shine. It's probably catching all my fingerprints and dog hair and everything else because the studio is a mess since Hurricane Irma, but not this part anyways. So you've got this beautiful finish. The fit and finish of the neck to the body, the neck pocket is perfect. Really great, and you have a swimming pool route. Well, why is that important? You can put in any combination of pickups in this you choose down the road. So right now you buy it, and you want, the hum single, the classic traditional setup, which is great. I love this setup. That's in most of my guitars. But let's say I wanted to add a humbucker, or I wanted to have a P90, a mini hum, and a tele pickup. You can do anything you want because of the swimming pool route, which is very cool. Side note: my two main strats are swimming pool routes. I have a Red Jackson from 86 Custom Shop, and I have a Fender 91, I don't remember the model, but both are swimming pool routes. I love them, and both of them have had a ton of pickups in it. So this gives you a lot of possibilities on that. Okay, so let's talk about the pickups. The pickups are hand-wound Nordstrom pickups. This is very cool. So this is reminiscent of the old, say, Tom Anderson or Schecter style pickups from the Custom Shop. It's a parchment top, big pole pieces, flat. Very nice attention to detail with the wrap inside and the tape, the black on black. Perfect height placement with the Floyd. It sits well. And then vintage staggered singles that are creamy but bitey. So kind of, I would say a cross between a Texas Special and an Abigail kind of pickup. It's got that kind of bite to it, but not overly done. So very cool. Standard setup, hum single single. Again, swimming pool route. You can change anything. 500K pots, very smooth. Very tight, but very smooth. I really dig it. And same thing, the tone control offers a lot of options. You can almost do the old Danny Gatton wah-wah thing, which is really cool. 5-position switch, all switchcraft. This is really cool, the humbucker switch. So you've got a humbucker. You've got a single coil. Now the single coil, you hear a little bit of noise. Hear that? Yeah, probably not through my rig, but that's to keep it, you know, the way a single coil is supposed to sound. And then series. So it takes away the noise, also gives it a little bit more bite. You hear a little bit of that Floyd flutter. So very cool, gives you some options there. So it makes it really, really versatile for the working musician. If you're on a gig and you're playing anything from Katy Perry to Lady Gaga, then all of a sudden you're playing Van Halen, and the next song you're playing Allman Brothers, you're covered. You can pretty much do anything you want with it. Really, really cool. So that's the pickups. Okay, let's talk about the trem. The trem itself is an FU2. It comes with a big brass 32mm block, regular collar arm, titanium inserts, stainless steel studs. Pretty straightforward for them. Feels good. It's a 2-spring system currently, so very smooth, very reactive. Comes with the red HD springs on it, the noiseless ones, and it comes with the L bracket, so you can lock it. Lock it's the wrong word. You can set it into place so it can only dive bomb and not pull up. And it's also a great trick if you want to restring the guitar quickly. You can put that into place, and it will sit, and you can restring it. The unit itself is really flush to the body, which you'll see on the website. It'll be hard for me to show to you and change the angles, but it's really recessed in. It looks really cool. It feels good. The route is cut just enough that you've got the pull. If you notice, I didn't fret out. Okay? But you've got plenty of room in it, but not overdone where you're cutting out so much wood that you're starting to lose tone. So very cool. Stays in tune really well. You can do a lot of cool tricks with it, which I'll show you in a minute. But again, this is what's going to come with the guitar stock. You can always add and change more things as you go. Okay, to sum up the trem, FU2 with titanium inserts, brass 32mm big block, and the red HD springs with the L bracket to keep it in place so it will only dive bomb and also for quicker string changes. Alright, so I know you want to hear the guitar. That's the whole reason you're here. You can't run into your local big box store yet and get this. So I'm going to run through every sound of the pickups that I can. I'm using a Mark V. No bells and whistles, using a little bit of reverb. For some of the dirty sounds, I'll be using an Angry Driver, and I'll let you know when I kick that in. Otherwise, it's just the amplifier itself and a cable. So let's start with a humbucker sound. This is going to be the humbucker in the down position, just a straight humbucker. Pretty cool. Doesn't, it's a humbucker on a clean channel. Sounds exactly like it's supposed to. Put it on the single coil, you'll hear a little bit of noise. Sounds great. It's exactly what a single coil should sound like for this. And then we're going to go into the series mode. If you notice, it gets quieter. Adds a tiny bit of bite to it. Now, just a good sounding single coil. You know, when you start tapping and splitting and doing these things to humbuckers, sometimes they get weird. This one sounds really good. So I'm going to put this back down to the humbucker position. I'm going to take my toggle switch, and here on this blade switch, I'm thinking this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I know some people do it the other way, just so there's no confusion. So in position 2, using the humbucker with the single coil in the middle. Great sounding little thing there, really straightforward. Okay, so in this one I'm using the humbucker with the single in position 2, and it is going to be something like this. So if you want, you can get out a lighter now and do the power ballad thing. I don't know, it's up to you. Very cool. It's a strummy kind of tone, which I like. And the other thing too, just so you know, the volume's up at 10. You can do more things with it by moving the volume up and down. I just have it on 10 for these examples. Now I'm going to add in the single coil to that same thing. Again, cool. I'm going to put it in the series mode. Very cool. I kind of like the series mode with that middle pickup. That's my favorite part of the series, is those two. So now I'm going to go straight middle. I'm putting this down in the down position for no particular reason other than I like it there. So we've got the middle position. Great sound, very reminiscent of some of that funkier. Just a nice spanky kind of tone. We go to position 4. Now position 4 is usually my favorite spot on any Stratocaster type guitar, or any sort of single coil type guitar, whether it be a Tele, Strat, my Nashville, etc. So to me, this is also a great tapping tone. Has a really nice kind of chimey bell thing that I really like. And then last but not least is our neck pickup. Very cool. All the positions sound really good. And again, it's those little attention to details, like this knob. This knob is a metal knob that's chromed as opposed to some plastic knob covered in something that looks like silver to match. This is really nice. It feels good. I don't know if you noticed, probably not, but most of my Strats have a round Tele knob on it because these plastic ones fall apart. This one is really great and really snug. Like, I don't think I could just knock the thing off. Also using lower profile knobs, so as I move this back and forth, I'm not hitting my cable, I'm not hitting my knob or anything. I can still maneuver the way that I want to, which is a really nice touch on it. So kind of a big fan of that, of the control layout on this. It's very very thought out well. So now let's talk about some distortion tones. I'm going to use channel 2 in the boogie, which I am using the Mark 1 setting in channel 2, just for those who are keeping score at home. I use this channel without a lot of gain. Surprisingly enough, for what I do, I don't do a ton of gain. So you're hearing it with gain at probably around 4, maybe 5. I'm not 100% sure, but we can double check that. So again, really good sounding. I dig it. Now let's add in the single coil to that setting. Definitely has that chime of a single coil. Now we're going to do it in series. Let's do some single note stuff. So we'll start with the humbucker and get into single. Real bitey. Go to the single coil part of it. Got that nice kind of noisy spank. Then we're going to go to the series part. Gain drops out a little bit. You get a little bit more of that clean single coil sound through the dirt. Very cool. Big fan of all of that. So as we move through, let's go to position 2. Real spanky, real wide open. I'm going to move this position now to add in the single coil of both of these. Really great spank to it. Again, now we're going to do it in series. Cool thing, if you're tracking multiple guitars or you're tracking multiple tracks in the studio, you could literally do 3 tracks with those 3 tones and have very different approaches, and that would be really cool. Save you gear to drag to the, not only drag to the gig, but drag to the session. So awesome on that. I'm going to go to middle position now. Very glassy single coil tone, very classic, reminiscent of that kind of era. And the Vintage Stagger does it perfect. Almost kind of Jimmy-ish, which I'm kind of digging. Position 4, to me it's the money spot. One of my favorite spots to play rhythm in. It really kind of opens it up, leaves it kind of funky, and it gives you some smooth, just kind of rolling stuff. So awesome there. Then of course your neck pickup. Really digging that. Such a great tone overall. Hope you dig what we've been doing today. I am Scott Gailor. This is the Tone Junkie Chronicles. You can find me at scottgailor.com, vonyorkusa.com, thetonejunkiechronicles.com, and if you have any questions, you can email me at scottgailorlessons@gmail.com. Peace.